Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dip a Toe, where we dive into crypto with no fluff, just the facts. I'm Melissa, and tonight we're tackling the wild world of crypto price predictions. The hype is real, but so are the opportunities. I'll be sharing why it's time to consider moves like a Roth IRA to grow your wealth tax smart, and why cashing out could cost you.
And I am the Simon, aka Simon Says Crypto, and I would like to welcome you to the Dip a Toe Show. And I'm here tonight to cut through the noise with the hard data. That's right. We're going to look at some charts. We'll be diving in deep with those, and I'm going to give my less than expert opinion and take on where these markets may or may not be heading and what you need to know to stay ahead. Join us for the live chat over on the YouTube channel. Come over there, 8 to 10. And don't miss our After Dark Spaces on X 10 minutes after the end of this glorious show for more unfiltered crypto talk. When you want to know, you got to dip that toe. Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome to Dip a Toe. How you doing, Simon?
You know what? It's good to be back in the chair, but I'm still sick, and I do want to take this moment. Marvin Davis, thank you for the shout out, brother. I love you, man. I wanted to be there too. I wasn't able, obviously, to make it, but man, I love you, dude. I love you very much. Melissa, are you feeling like you've been over by a Mack truck with a little bit of sniffles?
Man, Simon, I said I'm sick myself, and when I was preparing for the show, I said, "Uh-oh, hot dog! I think I got a fever." So we're both a
hot
couple
dog.
of sickies.
Yeah,
I'm feeling a little under the weather at the moment, but hopefully, we'll still be able to bring you guys a great show. There's so much to talk about. I want to welcome everybody that's in here. XRP bag holder was the first one in the stream.
Whoa, the bag holder is holding the big bag.
Thank you. And then of course we got our lovely Kita, our moderator in the chat, and our trusty Silver Days is in there. Who else we got in here?
We got the Marvin Davis. We got the Marvin Davis in the house tonight. We also got DC Crypto Dave in the house tonight as well. Let's see. I'm missing somebody. Oh, we got Kendall. Kendall's in the house tonight. What's good?
What's up, Kendall?
Man, I'm liking the new profile pic there, man. That's looking gangster, man. Like I handle my business. I get those cut. I get that grass level. I like it.
Yeah, man. Yes, it's what is it? What does he say? DCA Crypto Day says silver us. Woo! I like that little. Is that like a little like what? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, and our friend XRP Renegade. Thank you for coming to the show, my friend. We love you.
Yes, we do love you,
very
man.
much. And Miss Connie, what's up?
Hey, Connie, how are you?
We love it. We've got such a great family here at Dipato, and once again, I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for subscribing to our show. We're finally over that 1,000 subscriber hump, and it feels pretty darn good. Starting to see a little magic happen in the background, which is fantastic. It's
Oh,
putting more eyes, and I mean, this is the thing. People, just by subscribing to our channel, you are helping Dipato get out in front of more people than would have otherwise. And then also shout out to IMU TV because we are
we
streaming
are
live.
live on IMU TV.
So
Oh God, that's so cool.
they've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, Simon, and they're going to be coming back on Dipato at the end of October with
I
some
was gonna say,
exciting
are we gonna do a
news.
trick or treat? Is it trick or treat? Do we get the trick or treat special? I was just
We're
looking at October a little bit. Oh,
yeah.
dang, Halloween's not on Wednesday. Dang it, dang it, dang it.
No,
Almost.
they did. They were actually going to come on the first, but it works out. They've got a lot of things that they've been working on in the background, and so they asked if they could come on at the end of October, which works out perfectly because tonight's show is supposed to be Mocha app, but I believe they're in Singapore right now, and they wanted to
Oh, they couldn't
reschedule.
make it. Come on.
Yeah, they could. So they're going to come on next Wednesday on October 1st to
Right on.
walk through their new app and get some beta testing going on, and it'll be live and ready for people to play with. And I think that'll be super exciting. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Really.
that'll be very, very good. I think you and I should try to take a challenge. I think we'll reach out to Nile and we'll find out exactly all the countries that this is being broadcast to, and every week we'll try to say hello or welcome in that
Oh,
in,
I
in
love
that
that.
language. Maybe we should try that. Or welcome to Dipato. We'll try the whole. Of course, that would be a big challenge, but I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Are you saying you're going to learn a different language and say,
No,
welcome
I'm
to
just gonna
Dipato?
learn how to say welcome to Dipato. Something Dipato, or so whatever it is. Welcome to. All I gotta learn is welcome to.
Welcome to Dipato.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Français or Dipato.
Oh man, you're kidding me right now. Wow. So my computer has been acting really stupid, I told you. And
Okay, is it? Are you gonna disappear right now? Are you gonna disappear?
But here's the deal. So I am usually able to I have dual screens, and I'm usually able to move my stuff about on my screens. And all of a sudden it's going behind. It's going behind. So behind my studio.
You mean like this?
Yeah. Like if I move it over to the screen where I want to see it, it's not. Yeah. It's going behind. So I'm gonna be reading my notes over here. It's like when I was in elementary school and it was picture day. Because I had glasses, they did the old you got to turn to the side thing. So all my pictures. Oh,
because the glare, because the glare.
Everybody else is straight on, but Melissa's picture was slightly turned to the right or the left. Like, come on, man.
To the left.
Come on, man. Well, I do want to say, welcome back again to everybody. We're live. We're ready to talk about this crazy world of crypto. We're taking to tackle this hype around crypto price predictions that I don't know about you, Simon, but I've been seeing all kinds of people putting their charts out there. People are really starting to hype it up. I've seen this cycle before where, you've got the hype surrounding the price predictions, the big letdowns when it doesn't happen, and all of that sort of thing. And so I thought, rather cut through this noise. You've been in crypto quite a long time. You've seen a lot of ups and downs, and you have your own way. So I thought this would be a perfect evening for you to show the folks what you know as far as the charts. And then lately, I've been thinking about my own personal situation. and different strategies that I've known about for quite some time. I am a dipper-sower, so I'm slow to move on certain things. But I want to talk about the crypto Roth IRA and what an opportunity it is. And so we're going to touch on that more towards the second hour. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Dude, that's going to be good. So I'm going to cut you off right here.
No worries.
So on the topic of the crypto Roth IRA, I was helping someone this at the wee hours of the morning on the West Coast, normal morning on the East Coast, and they have a crypto Roth themselves, and so we're talking, kind of strategies or implementation of tools that I may or may not divulge on this show tonight. I probably will, just to show you what I'm into, but
Sure.
it's not a push. But anyways, it's just things to think about. And so when we were talking about this, I thought about you and our conversation we had. Was it last night or Monday?
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just, and I was like, I wonder if that could be a fit in there because of what you're going to tell us in the second hour. And
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, here's the deal. There's all kind of moves happening, or that people could possibly do. Thinking about things logically, even, and I'm going to touch on just like kind of where I was, where I am, and thinking about like, oh shit, I should have been doing this the whole time. I've known about these things for a long time, and like I said, I'm a dipper-tower, I'm slow, but I do see a somewhat of urgent, because we are going to talk about the crypto hype and price predictions and what we see. And with all of the crypto legislation coming down the pipeline, all the things we spoke about with our friend Mr. Mann, what's happening here at the end of September to remember, and then October, November, December, all these things, all the stars are starting to line up, and you just never know what's going to happen. And so yeah, I would like you to take it away with your perspective. Have you heard anything? First of all, I guess, what have you been hearing? Because I've been hearing like some crazy numbers. People, predicting super high numbers for Bitcoin, super high numbers for XRP and Ethereum and all of these things, and they make it sound like it's going to happen tomorrow, and then folks talking about like, I'm getting out at $5, I'm getting out at $10, and I'm doing this, and all of these things. And so I thought this is a perfect time to talk about it.
Yeah, this is a good time to talk about it because for those that are new to this digital asset space, okay, when I say new, I'm talking actually, I should really be referencing 2 years or less. Okay. That's still pretty new. Okay. Yeah. And I was thinking about this today, Melissa, that the majority of you that got into this digital asset space sometime in 2020 during the big vacation, the forced staycation, some was bad, some was good, but we had access and time to poke around on the interwebs. And you discovered this digital asset space. So from there, you caught just the air quotes God candles, right? The price go up. Holy crap! What is this? And I too did that. I caught in between a cycle, if you will. But now you guys have experienced all of 2021. Well, from 2021, we had what's known as a double top, and I'll get into that in a minute. But from 2021 to 2022, we just had down. Plus news. Okay. Yeah. I mean, news as in information. So what you guys don't realize, you realize, but you might not realize fully, is that back then you were still under the impression that when an authoritative figure on a topic, as in they know more than you, when they say something, it's going to happen. Okay. So you found crypto. You like what you heard. It resonated with you on some other subtopics. Okay. I'm going to just throw one out here. Dollars dying. Okay. inflation, prices are going up, right? These are pain points, okay, that we all share, talk about, and see, okay? And then here's this digital asset, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can take my funds, throw it in there, and I too could be my own version of a millionaire, or just do better overall. But it's what is known as lottery ticket syndrome. Only we have a better shot at winning this lottery per se, right? Oh, but I bought it. Like there's a guarantee. I've been listening to this lady or this guy or this guy and this lady. And so as you progress through a full cycle, okay, what is traditionally known as a 4-year cycle, 1 year bear, and then 3 years bull. Okay, bull does not mean woo moon. Bull means we create a high, and then we create a lower high, and I'll show that too. And you guys have gone through that, and there's been news after open-ended promises. Lloyd, my brother, what's good, man? Knuckle bump. I love Lloyd, dude. That's a down dude. Really cool dude. Trying to work on my non-swearing. But when I see some people that I'm like, what's up, man? I get go into DJ mode.
Shout out to the real Slim the Boss.
I am good?
He's been doing some fantastic stuff with our Rob Nichols. Man.
I have been witnessing with a Kleenex in my hand and blowing boogies all over my hand and doing the business there. But yeah, man, good things. I like hanging out in the shadows and watching. It's always kind of nice. But you guys most of you just gone through one full run. Okay, and that takes a lot on you. So you're learning a lot, and you're like, when is this going to happen? You're still doing the win thing. Win moon. Win $6 on XRP. Win $12. Win 15. Win 100. Win 1,000.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is look, nobody knows timing. Except for those who, by the way, have way more money than you and I. And these are individuals that have companies and institutions. And it's no different than some of this XRP community, but with way deeper pockets that are very much involved in markets. Here's an example. Way back in the day, in my crypto journey, 2016-ish, the retail investors, so that's the you and me's of this world, could affect the market. Meaning, if we all jumped in and bought a coin, we literally could affect the price. Okay, we could make price go up. Okay, but as we've wanted institutions to get involved, regulations and etc. When regulations come into play, it gives the hall pass to companies to participate, to financial institutions to participate. And so something that most of us, yours truly, did not really know this in the way that I know it now. I just knew of it. Businesses live by the quarter.
Yeah.
They live by the quarter. Every 3 months, it's what can you do? In this quarter, profits and losses. I mean, like, how much business did you do? How much expenses did you have? We're starting to see some of that play out now. We just had that run up, recent little peak that we just had. Was that middle of September? And now over the weekend, we trailed off, went off, etc. From my perspective, I'm like, well, that's standard. We're at the end of a quarter. We're about to start a new quarter for the last of the year. They're taking their profits and creating losses. Because for you and me, Melissa, I don't know about your XRP bag, but if XRP goes up 10%, is that don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, do it. Here. Press it.
Thank you,
I don't know about if XRP's price goes up 10%, is that good profits for you? Well, I mean, let's not even say life changing. Is that profits. A good thing is that enough profits for you to do other things and make other moves?
Thing. When you were talking earlier, I was thinking about it, and it's like you have to put things into perspective too. Even 5 cents, 10 cents, right? If you're a big dollar person and you're moving, that's quite a lot of money. If you have a lot, right, and it goes up 5, 10, 15 cents,
Yeah.
that could actually equate to a lot of money. If you're a
Oh, yeah.
little guy like me, might not be that much money at all.
Right.
Same
Right.
thing when it goes with a loss, right? And like you're saying, if you're
Yeah.
strategic,
Yeah. That definitely goes the other way.
Right. And so you have to understand that these businesses, these companies, they are trying to strategize with their profit and loss and what and how they're moving their money about. They're not going about this all willy-nilly. Let's just put it that way. We might be willy-nilly because we're not understanding the full scope of what we could be doing to maximize our profits and our loss, our tax, all of this kind of stuff, right? We don't really understand that kind of stuff as much, but they do. And
Yes, they
so when we start understanding that, like you're saying,
yes,
living by the quarter, this is a very good lesson for people to kind of start expanding their thinking, really.
100%,
the space.
100%. You are hitting the dip of toe nail on the head, or you're hitting the nail on the toe. Nail on the toe. I like that. You're hitting the nail on the toe. Bang!
I stubbed my toe. Wow, did.
Man, no, you're not. You're not stubbing the toe, man.
No, I'm hitting it.
You polishing them up, man. You getting your nails done, looking nice.
I got some pretty nail polish on them toes.
So, being that most of you, within this channel, I have had multiple conversations with most of you in this chat, and 2020 and 2021 is a theme. I mean, it's a theme. That's when you guys got Melissa, you were what, 2019?
2019.
Right? 2019. Okay. Was that early, mid, or late?
For coming in?
Yeah, just for coming in. Your first participation.
I mean, I feel like when I first came in, it was towards the end of 2019, and 2020 is when I really started buying some stuff, and some stuff started going up, when it was like, if I recall, there was a lot of FOMO, and I was new and I didn't really know. And I was trying to go off of what my friends were saying, what to buy and what to do and all of these things. And, it was a really great life lesson for me, but I did see those cryptos go all the way up, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, cool. What? And some of the ones that I got into, man, I mean, they were up to $12, $13, and then they went down to like under $1.
Yeah.
And so when you think about those types of cryptos in that experience, you can really understand that, you do have to give this some attention. And what up, G-Man? You have to give it some attention, and you have to ask those questions of like, why are you invested? What is your intention? How much time are you willing to invest in this space, in understanding, are you going to be a hodler? Are you going to try to pretend like you're a day trader? I mean, let's get real. You're not beating those people with the big monies. So XRP Renegade was same time frame as me.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And what up, G-Man? Much love to you, brother.
Kristen in the house.
Lady K, what's good, girly girl? That's facts. And so I'm gonna throw something else out here that might ruffle some feathers, okay? But this is just a fact, okay? Doesn't mean it's gospel across the board, okay? But just because a coin, token, network, project has the ability to do great and good things, say like utility is great, but we need that other component to that. We need adoption, implementation, etc. Right? So let's play that out. Okay. Now I know we talk about the XRP and the XRP on this, and yes, it's got utility. 100% agree. It's got a low transactions. Okay, that's good too. That will play into the business part. Is it being implemented and adopted? Yes. Is it being implemented and adopted at a high rate that's visible?
At scale? No.
Yeah, maybe. maybe. Okay. And so the one thing that I'm gonna say here is, as we say on this show that we're early, there's another part to that we don't recognize, because most of us haven't really had a chance to really see this happen. And this is something that is caught, not taught. And that is, if you're first to this table, and you are arguably, my words, not yours, not hers, not anybody's, my words, and you're small money by comparison to the big money, that means you're probably going to be the last money out. And what I mean by that is your bag in relation to others' bags, for you to have what they are experiencing in regards to amount of money, being able to do this, do that, etc. You have to have price be way up here. They don't. Okay. And so when you're listening to individuals that are giving you their alleged best thesis, okay, on a topic, it's really hard to take their information and try to dissect what they are really saying and what they're really seeing, because I too straight up hit the hopium. Like yeah, it's like, oh,
it's kind of fun sometimes, let's be real.
Don't get it. I went to lottery ticket mode. I totally did that. And that's just something that I had to catch. That was I had to walk through that and learn that lesson and continue to remember that lesson, because that lottery ticket syndrome can be very, very subtle. And sometimes it's, you're like, I'm gambling here. Nah, $20. Well, it could be. I'm like, I don't care what it could be, or what so and so said, or this or that. And that's where I'm at now, Melissa. That you said me giving my expert, or what am I hearing?
Yeah,
I hear nothing now. I mean, I do hear,
good for you.
I do see, but it's like no.
You're not giving it attention.
I've listened to so much that I've allowed that information to sway me one way or another. Okay. And I didn't know I was being swayed. And I was really the one that was swaying myself.
What up,
Stone? What up,
Scott
man?
E in the house. What's up?
Scotty E, what's good?
Thanks for coming. And I want to say hello to Optimistic Prime. We love you, girl.
Sending the love. Oh, she's got the good woo night. Go check that out.
Oh, and our Big Bro 10 ladies in the house.
Woot woot. Bullish bird.
Yeah, no, you know what I equate that to, Simon? It's kind of like, it's the Great Awakening on so many levels. And so Simon Swayze. Oh. What is that? Lloyd. Wait, where is that? Oh, Simon Swayze. What? Now
you know what? Maybe I'll get the t-shirt, man. You might. You know what? Maybe I'll find the wig for the Halloween. I'll be Simon Swayze.
Man, that would be fantastic. No, but so what I'm thinking is, like, as I've come to my realization that so many things in this world are not true. Mike Honcho's in the house. Oh, welcome, Mike Honcho. We love you. Oh, geez, oh, Pete, that's hilarious. Anyway, but my realization is once I started seeing through some of the BS, like say with politics and the news and all this stuff, right? I can kind of see it right through that crap now, right? However, when I transitioned a lot of my focus into learning about cryptocurrencies and digital assets, right? I don't know so much about this in the beginning, right? And so, you kind of are looking for people to, show you the ropes, what's happening or whatever, which is why, guys, this Dip-a-Toe show is very important. And all the people that come to the Dip-a-Toe show, Stone's Coffee and Crypto in the morning, we got Digital Ladies Unscripted, we've got Mr. Zama Steak and Bake and their shows that go on, we got the guys from Opulence, we got Kita, we got all these people that are we're forming this fantastic Uncle Buster, Crypto for Life, James. All these people have a desire to help others and not steer you wrong, right? Like they don't want to lead you in the other place. But when you're starting to navigate those waters and you're like, you're trying to see who's telling you the truth, right? And I've watched it time and time again where these great big influencers, they gain your trust and then they start kind of churning the ship a different way and start leading you down to a path where it's like, they're hyping certain coins and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, they're scooping up the profit because why? Because they've been in the game longer than you have and they have more money to play with and you're buying in, they're scooping up their profits. They're selling them to you and whatever. It is what it is. That stuff happens. But what ended up happening is I started realizing I got to figure out this stuff for myself. Yep. I have to ask myself the questions. Why am I investing in this? And how long do I have? How long? I'm going to be here for a while, right? I can't, this is not a get rich overnight thing for me. And so it doesn't behoove me to try to take these little gains here and there and, because it's a taxable event in my eyes, right? And from what I know, what I see, the risk that I'm willing to take is I ain't doing that because I don't feel like having to do all that record keeping, especially when I don't have that much to begin with, right? So I'm more of a long-term, put it in, just watch it grow, and hopefully I'm right? But other people, they're dipping their toes all over, they're going for the hype, they're listening to it, and we're like this, the whole reason for the show, that stuff's starting to hype up. It's starting to rear its head again. We're coming to the end of the year. People are going to start saying it. And I really wanted you to give your perspective on it because you've been here so long. You've seen it. You know the charts. You see what you see.
Well, let's go look at the charts.
Let's go look at the charts, man.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up, a favorite here on the Dip Toe Show. Let me hit
we got Crypto Glam in the house too.
Oh, Glam, what's good? Man, I can't believe I do this. You're sick for a week and then you lose all your talent.
You want to do, I wonder if we can do like just the whole screen so they can really see it. Do you want to do that? That might be helpful.
Sure. Let me get we can see it, Simon, in the chat real quick. And then we'll move forward. I'm just going to keep moving my mouse here. We are looking at XRP USD. Courtesy of Trading View. So this is overall the markets, okay? Overall the stores, aka exchanges, both centralized and decentralized exchanges that XRP is held or sold at in USD. So what we are really looking at here, for those that don't know, just a real quick run of the mill. We are looking at these little red and green pretty lights, also known as candlesticks. And I'm going to try to zoom in on one here just so the new people at the Dipito pool can see, yes, that looks like a candlestick. So these candlesticks represent an increment of time. Okay. So when you hear anybody that's has a chart up, and they give a reference to I'm looking at a day chart, or I looked at the weekly chart, or a 1 hour chart, or a 15-minute chart. What that really means is I'm looking at a weekly chart right now. So that means one of these candles right here represents a week. And if you can see down at the bottom here, we have all the months for all the years, and I'm going to zoom out so you can really hopefully see some of that and how far back in XRP's history with USD. And that should be okay right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Melissa, is that good on your end, girlfriend? Can you see the relative pattern that's kind of there, or did you go to the bathroom? She went to the bathroom. Okay,
No,
cool.
I didn't. I had my microphone off. Sorry.
It's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm like seeing it on you on X, and I was like, yeah, I can see it pretty darn good.
Perfect. So this has been XRP since TradingView has been able to record data. So what most people are currently talking about that's an underlying reoccurring theme is this pattern. Let me grab my, I can't do that because if I do that, all the spaghetti is going to come out. This pattern, we went up, we came down, we came up, we came down. We came up a little bit right here. You can barely see it. We came down, and then we started what's known as consolidating. There's this little, if I drew a line right here, which I can't because if I do, all my spaghetti sauce is going to come on the screen, and I'm going to show you the spaghetti sauce in a minute. But this would create just a downward wedge line, okay? And most TA individuals will do that just to see if we're going to break a trend line. Also, same thing here on the bottom.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, girlfriend.
When you mentioned the word consolidation. Can you explain what consolidation means? Because when we hear all these people talking about it and they say it,
okay, perfect. Here we go. Okay, all right. So consolidation. Now this is again, we're looking at a weekly chart. So this is how real traders with very awesome computers, bots, and more play the game. They literally say, "I want you, hey, Mr. Bot, I want you to go from this point to this point. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how you do it, but that's what I want." Then they might say, how long it takes. Okay. But when you have something that runs up like this in price, okay, by the way, this is 2021. And then we went down a little bit, and then we went up for a head fake. Hey, it's going to go higher. No, it's not. It's not going to go higher. This is a particular pattern that we see in regards to behavior. Melissa was talking about something like this, and I'm going to get into the consolidation, which is pretty much this long run right here. This is consolidation. Okay. Even this, we're consolidating. We're not going up any higher. We are creating lower lows. We are trending down, but we're still consolidating. And consolidating means a range, a price range. It's going from here to here. Even arguably where we're at right now in XRP can be considered consolidating, right? We're building what's called market structure. But let me get back to the head fake, a usual thing. Melissa, you talked about coins go up and then they come right back down, right? Right here. We went up and we came back down. Okay. This is big money playing big money games. This is why most individuals will tell you do not day trade, because you may have bought in right here and you think you know what you're doing, but you don't. And you're about to learn the hard way that most of us have learned. You're going to get in. You're going to think it's going to go higher because somebody said in a suit and tie, not that I got anything against suit and ties, but then blam, they take it all away. Real quick, Melissa, I'm going to come back out on this other screen. Melissa, can you give us the good screen to have our heads out there while we're still showing this?
Yep.
Real thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. That'll work. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, no, if you want to, yeah. So, what we have future markets in crypto. Okay. Future markets is, hey, I'm betting on the price to go to here. And I'm going to bet $1, but the casino, the exchange is like, hey, we're going to give you 2 times the money if you win and your prediction, your guess is right, and it goes to that price within this time frame. Okay. It's called leveraging. It's gambling, straight up. Gambling. Big money knows how to gamble. But big money also has other people in that are also leveraging. And I'm going to get into a very deep psychological war that happens. The best way in order to defeat your enemy is to destroy the resources. In this world that we live in, money is our resource.
Yes.
Okay. So if you have a person that has been your competition for 10 years and you guys are playing the same thing and you figured out that they are betting a long position, then you might try to short the market because their bet's going to lose because they went long on a price and you're going short and you're going to short the market. You're going to purposely crash the market to get that person that you don't like out of the market.
That's what they did
Make
with
them lose.
the Wall Street bets. What was it?
Robinhood.
Robinhood. Yeah, they were.
Robinhood, right?
But what was the one? What was the one company they did it with that stock that
GameStop. It was called
GameStop.
GameStop.
Right. That's what they
right.
did.
So a whole bunch of me and yous with money said, dude, it's time
let's
for
all
us. It's time for us to do what they've been doing to us for years. So I'm bringing this up to say that this is a real thing. It's not fair because we're buying in at spot prices. Let me get back to the old.
Can I ask a question? So sure. I was looking up, like as you were talking, I was looking up consolidating, and tell me if this hits the spot. It refers to a period when crypto asset price moves sideways. And I remember you and I talking about that earlier today, within a relatively narrow range, showing low volatility and no clear directional trend, neither a strong uptrend or downtrend. And it often occurs when a significant price move up or down as the market pauses to stabilize with buyers and sellers researching or reaching a temporary equilibrium. Now, the thing that I found, it gave me a little extra information here, which I thought, obviously you're going to point to support resistance levels and all of that. But one key that it said for me, and what I'm going to talk about later, is that I could be looking at this consolidation period as an ideal time for strategic moves like transferring crypto into a Roth IRA as prices are stable. That reduces the risk of buying or selling at a bad time, because that's something I'm going to touch on. So we are in a very important time right now. Yes.
Yes. Agreed. Anytime we go sideways, it is a good opportunity for picking up some. Most traders will play a game. They love sideways because we're not going up. We're not getting to a new destination, right? They can say, hey, we keep going from here, literally from here to here. And then we go back down and then we go back up and we might go a little bit, but then we come back down. Right. And that's a range. Or some people you'll see like we're in an up channel. And in my opinion, we've been in an up channel since about, let me go back to this fancy right here. Oh, that is big. Don't say that.
I don't see any more chattering at like it kind of. I don't know what if it's just on.
They're listening. They're listening. Like,
okay.
This is
did we lose you guys? Because I don't see any comments in the thing.
No, we got 120 people listening right now. Melissa, would you get just us off to the side, because I still want to lock eyeballs with people, and I want to see you ask a question.
I'm trying to figure out like what.
I know we lost a good one. What happened?
Like,
what happened?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, Richard. This is not it, huh? Act like you've done this before, Melissa. I don't know. I really don't know. You know what? Let's do remove and then like add to the stage. There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I apologize for the spaghetti sauce, but I did tell you guys that I've been checking this guy out for a very long time. This is XRP, for the life of XRP with recorded data. Remember, I talked about there's a wedge, right? There's a trend line down and a trend line up. This, we are starting to consolidate. It's getting closer and closer. And if we look right here, from here to here is a range. Oh, and then we went God candle. Whoa! And then here we had a downward trend. By the way, this is a cycle. And then we went up. We did not break the high yet. And then we went down. And we actually went a little sideways with a little bit of up. But this right here is arguably a consolidation period. Melissa, I want you to guess and tell me about what year you think this was right here at this bottom.
Oh, geez.
Okay, this is something that is touted. Okay, May 2022.
Oh,
This is XRP May 2022. Right where my little mouse is, right there. What was
wow.
happening? Was something happening there?
What was
Was there
happening?
news? Was there news? Was there some uh Simpson looking dude in the Securities Exchange Commission? Right? There was an alleged lawsuit going on, right?
Yes,
Alleged. I'm saying, well, it was a legit
it
thing.
was.
It was
It
there,
was a
right?
lawsuit.
But that was the air quotes reason of everything. Of the market was down. That was the reason. And I'm here to tell you no, that wasn't the reason. It was a great cover story and a great opportunity for those that did not believe the XRP was going to be something and used at a very high level, which there is evidence of that. We've had Mr. Mann on the show multiple times who has brought evidence of that. Okay. And I'm saying evidence, it doesn't mean it's a guarantee. Is that what, I mean, it's
Gary,
possible. Gary.
real Slim the Boss is listening hard.
He's listening hard, man.
I
Taking
live
notes,
real
taking
hard.
notes. So, and so here we go. We're literally going sideways in price action from 77 cents all the way down to 30 cents. That's a pretty big range, but that
Yeah.
is sideways. That is sideways action. And then allegedly, because someone got elected,
Yeah.
that was the reason, right?
Yeah. Partly.
No. These guys use cover fire all day long. And what I'm saying there is, yes, hey, this person got in office, but these market participators, market movers,
Yeah.
he wasn't in office yet to do any type of tax stuff.
No.
They still played right here. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Up until the first of the year, right? But from November to run it up, yeah, they probably had some that they liquidated. Some right here. And then we played. So we just recently touched our all-time high, and we just broke it recently, about mid-year, right? We broke it. What did Bitcoin do not too long ago, say about a year and change? Before it went up to 120, it barely broke its all-time high. This is a habit. This is something that we have seen in crypto. These are the things that I look to. I don't treat it as gospel because I've done that. I done learned. I've been bathed by the fire or baptized by the fire, right? But this is something that I do need to that I give my attention to, because even though this might be a multitude of computers, there's a human there that's saying, do this way now. Do this, do that way now. I mean, I'm in an AI bot right now. I literally get to choose a few things of what I want it to do to achieve my goals, right? So what's the goals of an institution or a company or a multitude of companies
Or just a rich person with money.
or just one rich person, right? I mean, you know, I'm trying to get more money. You know, I'm trying to get as many of these things as I can. Let's talk a little ETFs. Okay. Yeah. We have the spot ETF that's trying to, you know, come out here for XRP. And I'm saying trying because I don't believe it's anybody's got approval as of yet. Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Go ahead and tell me.
I don't know if the spot
I don't think
is,
the spots, right?
Not the spot.
Not the futures. The futures is different. The futures is gambling. We've had that for a while. The spot pretty much says, hey, if you're going to offer a share in an ETF, you have to be holding the asset. If you're a company, you gotta hold that asset. So right here, if you knew this thing was going to be a thing and you're a business, you're not thinking a month at a time. You might be playing a quarter at a time, but you're still thinking long range. Your buddy Gary might have hopefully did the linchpin so we could start accumulating, because we're going to do a XRP ETF or ETH ETF or Bitcoin ETF. spot ETF. We need some time to accumulate. Everybody's in now. The people, the retail market has been participating for all this time, and arguably all this time down here. By the way, do you see a pattern here? God candle go down, another God candle go down. Oh, God candle go up and go down. I'll go up and go down. I'll go down. And then here we are, and now we're starting to break off. Are we going to see this type of move next? It's very possible. It's very, very possible. Is it going to be just like this one? I'm going to go with no. Is it going to be the same height, same distance? Maybe. It could be. But it's a little different right here versus right here. Because this little play, even though this was the same play, this has a different motive now than this did. This was accumulate. I still can't talk. Stone's gonna beat me up for that one. I love you, brother. Accumulate.
Hey, 68J, thanks for
what up, brother?
My friend, we love you.
We went up, and now this is a sell-off. Profit. Play the game. Profit. Wait, we're switching. This is gonna be a thing now. Oh, okay. Accumulate. Even right here, this is an accumulation. Same range, right? Right here.
Yeah.
Let me get this right here real quick. I know I'm dumping on you guys, really, and I apologize for that. Please go back and watch some of this. Where's my cool little? There it is. Ding. Let's go right about. Oh. I know you guys probably can't see all of that, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of a range. This box right here. Accumulate, make some profit. Okay, do some sell-off. Okay, we're back in. Accumulate. But the motives for this accumulation and the motives for this accumulation, I'm going to say could be different. Okay, right? So we have, again, spot ETFs coming out. Initially, you're going to need a butt ton of that asset to offer the fund to the general public. Because typically when you offer, my understanding is if a share is offered, like, so if I offer one share of the XRP spot ETF to Melissa for $3, that means I have to be holding one XRP for her to have that.
Yes.
Okay. Now here we go. This is where the business gets kind of little. Oh, hey, let's say we went from $3 to $6 in spot price. Okay. And we were hanging out there for a little while. Well, now I only need to hold on to half of an XRP to be good with Melissa's one share.
Well, it depends, though. So
it does.
Well, because the way I understood the Rex Osprey that was just launched on September 18th. That was a hybrid. They said it's like a mix of a spot XRP and other ETFs and derivatives. So it's not pure spot. But the way I understood it, it was several different things weighted, like so much percentage of this, so much percentage of that, so much percentage of this or whatever. And so I guess it depends on like if it's by dollar value, like if you're saying if it's based on dollar value of XRP, like percentage, like if you put in $100 into this fund and 75% is Bitcoin and 10% is XRP and 5% is this or whatever to make up that $100. Then it goes off the dollar. So that, I guess I need to understand how those are. Is it the actual asset, like as in, one Bitcoin, or is it a fraction? And I think it is fractions. I think you're right.
It can be. So, and that can change.
That makes sense, Simon.
This can change as things progress, which means the company. So Simon says ETF fund company, or the Dipito fund company can start liquidating some of those hard assets while they're still holding enough to be honorable for those hodlers in that ETF. right? But then they can play the market price and now lock in profits on some of those hard assets. Then I know, Melissa, you have heard this, and I know some of the people in this chat have heard this too, and that is buybacks. So when a company rebuys their stock, these ETFs could essentially do a move like that at some level out of necessity. Hey, the price is going down. Oh, we need to do some buybacks. We need to buy some more XRP to stay in good honor and faith with our ratios that we've set up to offer Melissa in the public one share of this fund. It's a thing that could be done. I'm not saying it is done, because each ETF has its own, I guess, governing rules to itself. Okay. Yeah. And right. And Melissa, you're talking about it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're going to use this hard asset, that hard digital asset, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of mirrors, and then we're going to be good. Can you guys, SEC, we got to sign off? No, we're not passing this. Okay. I guess we'll try again. So they go back and restructure the thing. Okay. We'll offer this instead. So we stay in honor of the deal that we're offering the public for the fund. And so it gets, go ahead.
I was going to say, Scott did confirm what I said as far as they're offering them as baskets of coins. So yes. Yeah. And I just wonder, Scott, if, you know, in terms of basket of coins, if it is a share, like, I know they did it in percentages of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and all of that. And it's weighted based on the value. So I do think it's like you're going to buy a share, which is worth this much money to buy the share. And it has this much percentage of Bitcoin, this much percentage of XRP as value. And so I assume that, you know, if it is, you know, if your basket has, you know, 5 XRP and, you know, a quarter of a Bitcoin or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
I was assuming that when the prices of those things go up, that is what's going to raise the value of that ETF for the person that's invested in it. However, when I was inquiring about it, it's like they can change up the distributions to make it more stable for that. Yes. And so if one of those tokens shoots way up, they might actually change it so that there's less of that token and more of something else to keep the price of that particular ETF in a more stable way, is what I'm thinking. I'm not an expert on this, guys. I'm just dipping my toes into it. That's my understanding. And this show is not financial advice, and we don't claim to be that we know what we're talking about. But this is us dipping our toes and trying to make rhyme or reason of the things that are becoming available to us in the crypto space, and why we should maybe even look at any of this kind of stuff. So
we need to look at this, because I called this the other day. We've been CNN'd. Okay. For those who are 40 and up, you're going to know what I'm going to talk about right here briefly without throwing shade. Okay. No disrespect to any type of big conglomerate networks. Okay. But back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Okay. So we had some conflicts going on in the Middle East, right? And y'all remember the Kuwait War, and then you also remember probably Desert Storm. And if memory serves me correctly, again, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, especially those who served. Desert Storm was the first time we had news reporters like there kind of showing us stuff a little bit more than we usually get. And then of course there was man, what was it called? The WMDs. What's good? The reason why we went into the alleged reasons why we went into some of those jurisdictions in the Middle East recently after the Twin Tower event was weapons of mass, deduction. And we saw that all live. Like people were, they were stuck to the TV and just soaking it in, right? And just soaking it in. And so so I call that CNN. When you're just stuck to hanging on the words of individuals talking, including myself, please don't hang on my words.
Yeah.
Listen, right? Because I'm giving you my perspective and trying to assist you in giving some perspective, so maybe you can apply it to your world and your perspective. Because that's what I do when I listen to others. I'm just looking for that little tiny little snippet of information that was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Click. TV's off or YouTube's off or cell phone's off. Like Melissa, you and Mr. Man talk about this all the time. When you guys are listening to those boring suit and tie panels, right? And they're speaking the very hip financial jargon and legal jargon, but then they give you one tiny little gem, right? And you're like, oh, that was it, right? It's like a goal in a soccer game or European football game. Nothing. Patty, go back, go forth, back. Phillips, Davis, Phillips, go! Anyways, I digress. So in the land of TA, over on this screen, I was showing you guys real quick, what some in this space might reference to a God candle. And I'm on a different chart. So let me just go there real quick to just give you guys a quick reference of what, the God candle. Okay. This might be considered a God candle. Okay, just explosion, boom, right? Okay, I mean, even this run up, that's just bam, 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 bam. When we go up this quick, dude, it's not stable. We went up this quick, and then we started going arguably sideways ish. I mean, this is technically in a TA land. This is building structure. Here's another God candle. This, see ya. We know that's not going to be this. We went up here. It's not going to be stable. We're going to come back down.
And how long? Can you tell us how long?
Oh yeah, sure.
That God candle lasted for.
I can give you the business right now. So I'm on a day chart. Okay, so let's just talk about March. I'm going to give you March 7 or March 18th to April 2nd, same year.
Okay.
So 2 weeks.
Not very long at all.
Not very long, and they take it away, and then they build a little structure here, but and then we started to make a more gradual trend up. So let's take this bottom little guy right there. What's the date? We got 420. What's good? April 20th. And I'm going to give you all the way to this. Take the next day off. You're definitely going to need it. To the 8th of May. Again, not very long. The 20th, 10 days plus 8 more on the next month. Right? So not very long at all. And then here we are to the peak of this run up, and that's the 18th. So almost a month before we started going sideways, playing a range. And then and then we had another one. Okay, this is the yes, it's gonna do it again. No, it's not, bro. Bam. Right back into this zone. Look at this. I'll draw another fancy line. I'm just going to draw one fancy line.
I want to shout out to XRP Papa and our 589 Chicken and Lizard King and One Atlantis in the house. His birthday or her birthday's on 420. What?
My nephew, I have a nephew. His birthday's on 420. I look forward to hanging out with him as he's an adult, and we're going to leave it at that. So when I look at a chart, I'm looking for things to where are we going to come back, air quotes, down to? Yeah. Simon, where do you think we're going to come down to?
Yeah.
Okay. If I had, I'm just going to mute all this. If all I had was this, and all of this over here hadn't happened yet, I would say, hey, we're probably going to come back down in this range right here. And we technically did. We retested. We had a low, and we retested the low. And then what started happening from this low, by the way, this is 2020. Then we made a higher low. And then we made another higher low. And we continued this little tiny little trend.
That's
Higher low.
consolidation time right
This
there.
this is consolidation. And this right here, this boop, boop, when you see, I mean, this is kind of a head fake, but when you see sideways and a hiccup and then a sideways, this is something that the traders will call it's sleeping.
Mm.
This is a sleeping giant, meaning, hey, hiccup. This is like some guys might have a problem with doing the Dutch oven to their wife in the morning just before they wake up, right? So doing the old pass of whoops, sorry, baby, and then we start
Say
to
for
wake up.
Jesus says, hit that like button, please.
Yeah, smash
Let's
it.
go, Yogi.
So
what's up?
So big perspective. No, you're good. Oh man, I knew that was going to happen as soon as I did that business. So as I tracked this, I kept going, hey, we're doing higher lows. We're doing higher lows, which means that's a trend upward. If we have lower highs, like opposite, we went high and then we went down, we came back up, but it was a lower high than the previous high and so on and so forth. Just lets you kind of know, hey, we're going down. Hey, this might be a good time to just pump the brakes a little bit on how much I've been DCAing. Maybe instead of me doing $100 on my DCA, I'm gonna do $50. Maybe I want to switch that up for a minute.
Well, so now hold on a second. No, this is what always confuses me.
Go ahead.
Because when the price starts going back down, and if it's in an asset that I feel confident in, I feel like DCAing more money when the price is low is a better play than when it's up high. Now I don't
disagree with that.
Yeah. But I suppose if you're uncertain, if you're willy-nilly and you're not
that's what I'm talking about right there.
And what do they always say? Know what you hold. And, so if you have confidence and you're in it for the long haul, then looking at these periods of consolidation where it's lower seems like an ideal time to continue with your DCAing more aggressively. So I don't understand why people say, you might just only do a $50 instead of $100.
Here's why. Because they don't know what they hold and they don't know the future and they've never been there ever.
Yeah. But we do.
Okay, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate in the room.
Yeah. Okay.
When I hear somebody say we do, I'm like, okay. So what do you actually hold? And besides the utility that it has, which I totally agree with, it's will that be used? And I'm saying, as I said before, there's evidence of that. Yeah. Okay. But if we really want to get down into the hard pressure cooker, do we really know, or rather, do you really know what you hold? And this is an internal question. I'm not trying to pick fights. I'm literally not.
No,
but I've gone through this.
I do.
And you do, right? Exactly. Okay. And now because you feel comfy cozy, though, I'm gonna say, hey, go back and recheck because you're comfy cozy.
Yeah. No, and I totally get that. All I'm saying is, though, if you've been in this for a long time and you understand what you hold and you're you're planning on not letting go and you're planning on continuing to accumulate while you can, I can see. So that's where we always say with the Dip a Toe show is you have to understand where you're at. What are your motives for investing? I don't even like to use the word investing, for buying into these assets, and how long
it is investing. How long, investing.
Yeah, but we're not an investing show. We're not an investment show.
No. We're not an investing.
But I mean, we are investing into our knowledge of something. We're learning about the subject, and we're putting our money where our mouth is, basically. Ski Mask Citizen says, "Hi, everyone."
What's good? But I mean, I would say we are investing. Yes, we're getting knowledge, but we bought asset.
Yeah,
it's risky.
Yes, it is risky. It is risky.
And it's like, Melissa says, know what you hold. I'm going to say, know what and why you're buying.
Yes.
No, I mean, as best as you can. You're not going to know it all. Don't let that discourage you. Okay. If you see something, like most people, like in this digital asset space, well, we'll say it's got utility. I'm quick to fire back. What utility? I just want to see if you know. Okay. And honestly, you might be seeing something that some of us seasoned vets have missed or
Yeah.
hasn't been said or anything like that. Right.
Right.
Shiba Inu, great, great example of people hyping, talking, using buzzwords like community. And I'm not dissing the community at all. I'm just saying, like, where was the actual utility, not the promise of? Could you see it? Could you pick up the hammer and bang it? You know what I mean? Like that those types of things. So, know
Well,
what and why you're
I
buying.
I will tell you though, and here's the thing: Shiba
Tell me.
Inu is actively being used for payments in 2025. It started as a meme coin, and it evolved into a practical payment token that's accepted by over 900 to 1,000 merchants worldwide for goods, services, travel, entertainment, and more. And it was driven by integrations with payment gateways like Flexa, CoinGate, BitPay, and Now Payments. So, and this is something where a lot of us, like, I just stumbled upon that information. I'm not a huge Shiba Inu fan. Like I bought some, and
Mhm.
I didn't really dive into it because why? Because it was a meme token, and back when I bought it, I was just throwing a little 20 spot on red. You know what I mean? Like, here, let's see if this goes. I didn't really dive into it further, and then years later, here I realized they've adopted it as a payment system, and so there are some of these tokens that we thought were just meme tokens that are actively being used for payments now. Like, they're accepting them. And so this goes back to what you just said of why. Why are you invested in it? What does it do? What is its potential
Sure.
to do? And just I didn't know that. I don't know if you knew that, but I found out
No.
about that a few months
How
ago,
many?
or about 6 months ago,
How
or something.
many? How many? Okay, so I've been down the payment road
Mhm.
multiple times, multiple coins. You might remember a coin called Digibyte.
Yep.
It had way before a lot of them. It had
Yep.
5 algos. It was mined, proof of work. Everything lined up, but yet, kind of where is it now? I honestly couldn't say. I don't know, but it seemed to fall off. And that's okay. It's a project. Dude, it happens, right? So when I hear, even though, hey, it's used for payments, I'm like, today it is by a network, which is great. I think that's great. But for me, is that something I'm going to go out and get right now just because today they have payments? Is tomorrow, are they going to have payments? If I find value in that, are they going to have that tomorrow? And I'm not trying to create fear or uncertainty or doubt. I'm not trying to FUD. It's just, these are the hard questions that I encourage you to ask yourself all the time, even with some that are have all the check marks.
Yeah.
Question the check marks. Just go back and verify. Try to look at it with a very constructive eye, because what you're going to do from there, or what's typically a byproduct of doing that, is you're going to learn more about yourself than the thing you're actually, air quotes, scrutinizing, double checking, etc. Melissa does this all the time. You do such a great job. You're I dipped my toe. No. Yeah. Okay, we smashed it with the hammer. I understand that. But that was not a full stainless steel 2-pound weight sledgehammer. And I have that now. So I want to see if we can do that next, right? So this is, she's, as B-Man would say from the Stable Crew, we're trying to science this. We're trying to figure this out for us. But through that process, we learn more about us than we actually arguably do about the thing that we're we're getting into, or we are into, and do you stay? Do you play? Do you go hide away? I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt.
I do like that. I just want to say one thing because
it.
I just looked it up again about the Shiba Inu thing, and I will say,
where are you looking? Where are you looking up
maybe
the
I
information
use Grok. I just ask my questions. It knows my brain now, so I can ask it something real quick, and it spits it out, knows what I want. And it's basically the companies and merchants that are accepting Shiba Inu are Gucci, which is 70% of U.S. stores, Newegg, GameStop, Nordstrom, Lowe's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Ulta Beauty, Office Depot, Barnes & Noble, Whole Foods, Petco, Rooms to Go, AMC Theaters, Regal Cinemas, Twitch, Travela, Alternative Airlines, Airbnb, Porsche, American
What
Cancer
countries?
Society, donations worldwide, like a U.S., baby. And
I'm going to Gucci tomorrow. So I have a Gucci store in my area. I'm going to go.
I'm just saying. So this is the thing I think too is like, and this is for myself also, because there's only so many hours in the day of what we can. Team Green says real talk.
I was just going to click that, bro.
But it's
we
true.
Do that a lot.
But here's the deal. This is the same type of stuff is, there's only so many hours in the day. A lot of us, we spend our time dealing with people that spotlighting the folks that are building on the XRP Ledger. When you zoom out, there's so many things happening right now across the board, no matter what chain that's your favorite or whatever. There are things that are being worked on, played on, experimented with, all of these types of things. And so sometimes what started out as one thing, it evolves into another. And so it always is worth your while if you're interested in a token, particularly if it's a meme and a hype token. Do a deep dive, ask some questions. If you got Twitter, you got Grok, ask us some questions and see if that satisfies. See if you can cross-reference it, and that is all. That's all I want to say.
Okay, I want to address the big.
We got 200 people in here, by the way.
Awesome. I want to address something that gets talked about. Hey, XRP could go to, almost $200.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Okay. If they're assuming this pattern is going
to. Bro.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if this pattern takes hold.
Yeah.
Right, and we do the same move here, and that's the oh my gosh, get out of it. That's the height.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick it in our low. Right here, and yes, it could go there.
Yeah.
If this is that, and then we'd go up some more, and it would be probably in this zone, and then we would finish it off. Right?
Yeah.
That's okay. So this is just like basic TA of pulling velocity. How high did it go in this same period? Let's talk about period just for a minute. Let's get the old measuring stick. So from the time we had our dip way back in August of 13 to the time we started to move to take off of late February of 17, and then we mooned, and then we went all the way up, did our thing, and that was January 2018. That's 4.5 years, right? Okay, so let's take it from to where we're at now, just to where we started to move. We got again January 18 to November 2024, a little bit longer. 6. Now some will say that's because of the court case. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe we were still in our normal cycle. We're still repeating this pattern. Things may have got drawn out. Maybe.
Also too, so one thing I will say, in my opinion, in the really early stages of things, it was pure speculation. No legislation was done. There was no clarity whatsoever. Bitcoin was, all speculation and all of that. Yeah, well, all of it is, but the further along we get, there's more sauce behind the speculation, in my opinion. The further along we get with the legislation, the lawsuits, all of these things, all of the clarity, the accounting rules that are coming out, the world stage and the things that they're implementing around the world, all of these things, the partnerships that are being created, those add a little bit more to the weight of the speculation, in my opinion. However, the reason that I think this time could be slightly different is because we do have, number one, history, and we have the benefit of, say, Bitcoin, for example, that's been around for quite some time now. It has done its job in having a seat at the table and remaining there, in my opinion, right? And really getting people to buy into Bitcoin has value. Bitcoin is scarce. Bitcoin is a store of value. Those types of things. People expanding their thinking about digital assets and starting to look into them, I think
Right.
is very, very helpful. And that's very much different to 2012, 2013, 2014, when you didn't have all of that. Now we say, as people that are in XRP, or some of these other tokens, XLM, XDC, Hedera, all of the ones that we know are building things that are supposedly going to be part of the new financial system. We have that that example to kind of look at, right? To where the people that had their money in Bitcoin for so long might now start to think even of diversifying, because now they see that there are other things that are being built as well, and they have an opportunity to potentially invest in something that is going to be part of the financial system. So what do you say about that, Simon?
I'll echo that because, I'm of the mind that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others alike, the early coins are proof of concept and proof of work. It works. The concept is there, and people adopted it, right? So if you come from that perspective, how can we do? Okay, creators of a thing. We need to change the thing on the global level. Okay, how do we do that? Well, we got to interject it into the globe to see how it responds, and then try to make it better, right? I mean, XRP arguably did that, the XRPL, right? Hey, we looked at Bitcoin and we saw some things that we didn't like, so we changed it, made it better, faster, do this, do that, etc. Right? So if it wasn't for those first ones, we wouldn't be where we're at today, right? As Melissa pointed out, risky, less risky, less risky, less risky, less risky, adoption, a little bit more adoption, a little bit more adoption, a little bit more use case, a little bit more use case, a little bit maybe considered store of wealth, depending on your opinion on that. It doesn't have to be all across the board. What I consider to take my money and stick it into a thing, that's my store of wealth. I stuck it in there. A safe is a store of wealth. Okay. I mean, it's just a general term. Sorry, I kind of swirled there on the wealth, but I know it's like that. But my point of that, honestly, is that's how we get lost in the sauce, dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's like okay, people in XRP, XLM, HBAR, etc. You're storing your wealth into these coins.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Are you storing all of your wealth in there? Maybe.
Diversify.
Right? Maybe you're not. Okay.
Maybe you're not.
Some people say I'm all in on digital assets. Okay, that's a pretty broad, industry, right? Okay, great, cool. But that's where your store of wealth is. Your store of wealth is in digital assets. So technically, that's where all your resources are, hopefully to grow over time, so you can have more things to get more physical resources to do more things with.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, we need to use it to our advantage, leverage it in a different non-gambling way. But everything really is a gamble. It's earth, man. It's earth.
Let's let's get down to the nitty gritty. Where do you see the price going?
Okay, so
where do you think?
Okay, so I have an uptrend. I have an uptrend channel. We've been in it for a very long time, very, very long time. Typically, what we'll see are plays like this, where we create a new channel and we create a new top of channel, and then we stay within this channel. Can you see this? Up and down, up and down, up and down. This red line here, and this guy right there. That's it. So we are testing the middle of the channel. We did it once, we did it twice. We might do it again. So I have two scenarios of possibilities. One, I took a measurement from this. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can see. Yeah, zoom in. I'm gonna mute the spaghetti for a minute.
Mute it. Okay.
Mute it. So this distance right here, I'm taking it and I'm putting it right here on the end. Okay. The reason why is because these are computers that are doing things, and I'm going to show you a pattern real quick that happens a lot after I give you my speculation of price. So I took a measurement from here, I put it on the end right here, and you'll see a little yellow stick. Here it is right here. Right? See that, Melissa?
Yep.
Okay. Not quite all the way up to the top of the channel, but voila, there you are, about $15 to $16. Okay, now that's been said a lot.
Yeah.
People say, I can see this. Well, my friends, this is why they can see this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, how about just top a channel? If we happen to magically go from, not straight up, but we did more of a, a little bit more up and then maybe we broke this half channel as in the price went up to here, but then we just started retesting this white hash line and then we went up to here.
Yeah.
Right now you're talking $30, $35. Okay.
We hope that happens.
Sure. Now let's interject. Let's interject the stupid timestamp. And I'm saying it's stupid because for me, I have got lost in the timestamp.
Good day. Best wishes from Australia. Welcome, Peter.
So there I go. Try to talk like a Brit.
Sorry.
Even though he's Aussie. Hello. So,
feed your lawn. That's what I can do.
Could this happen in March, a new quarter? Could we hit the run up to take profits for a new year, interjecting that business cycle that I started talking about briefly? For Simon Says Crypto, this is plausible. Is it a guarantee? No. No, it's not a guarantee that we'll hit that by then. Is it a more than a very strong likelihood? Yes, I'm putting that in my bag of tricks.
That we do what?
That we go to $36, 36 or something by March. Okay, now let me elaborate on this. When I'm saying by March, okay, as a possibility, it's just a possibility. It could happen.
Peter says, new to your channel, first bull run for me. Shares and stocks seem easier than this madness.
Well, we play around with rocket ships and missiles around here. What I'm saying here is we have a timeline. Okay. If we were to keep moving up in kind of this stretch, and we went up and we went sideways and we went up again, just to touch the top of the channel, to do what we did here, to do a retest of this top of channel before we break out into a whole new channel. Okay, I'm kind of getting technical. When we have a trend in a channel and trending up in the channel, we typically will stay in that channel. We literally stayed in this bottom half of the channel for a long time. And yes, we could break out. We've tested the middle of the channel once, and then we had another retest. So that's when price hits it, it comes back down. Price hits it again, it comes back down. Okay. And now we could break out above that and then come down and retest this middle channel of just how price might move. So what I'm saying here is between now and say March, as an example, that for me, it's plausible that this could happen, not this will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is we could hit 30, touch, kiss, like 0.0004 of XRP at $36 or $38 by about March. And I'm going to go to March right here. And the reason why I'm saying March is because in the business world, That's a brand new quarter. And it's a brand new year. Okay, so when you have market,
The end of the first quarter of Jan, if you're on a
we're
calendar year.
yes, yeah, the end of March, right? The end of March, right? And
Yeah.
I've seen a pattern there where in March we typically have some movement. Okay, how high or how low is irrelevant. It's kind of a, we haven't been moving much, and then it's like we move a little bit or we move a lot, but there's usually a big move in comparison to something that we haven't seen for a little bit during the wintertime. What's
Lizard
up?
King
Question.
says astrology says March 2026, baby.
Okay, and there is some interesting side topics with that. Of course, I'm not going to go into that. Even moon cycles, waxing, leaning, all that good kind of stuff. It makes for an interesting part of the conversation of thesis and speculation. So, Simon, where can we go? We could go to 36, but I'm going to need to see $15 first. And before I see $15, I need to see about $6 first, right?
Yeah.
And $6 is about half of this move right here. Let me get my measuring stick out.
I want to mention to Peter Dell, we don't normally do this type of show. So if you kind of look back through our channel, we talk about a variety of subjects here on the Dip a Toe Show,
Like
surrounding digital assets. We have a lot of different guests and people building on the ledger or Thorchain and like different, interoperability and all of that kind of stuff. So it's just not a straight up TNA type of show.
Yeah, no, it's not.
He just mentioned that he was new, and I don't want him to get the wrong idea that this is what this show is strictly about, because it's not.
No. This is straight up education.
We're dipping our toes into this.
I'm trying to address with my experience in this digital asset space of just helping those try to identify what someone may or may not be saying on someone that does TA all the time.
Yeah.
And we're human. So if you've watched the Dip a Toe Show, you might understand a little bit of Simon Says Crypto's psychology. Boy's a nutball. Are you kidding me? Like, I want to trust him with my baseball stick. Are you, get out of here. No way. So getting back to the I would need to see 15, but before that I would need to see 6 psychologically in the crypto market. To me, says it's going higher than most think, especially when experts are saying maybe 7 to 10 tops. Okay, let me address the 7 to 10, bro. Let me just address it. I literally just said 36, but I need to see 15, and then I need to see 6 before that. Yeah. Those are levels. Those are just, He said
this a long time ago. It's a start comment. He brought that up.
But it's facts. I mean, but it's facts. Yes, it could go higher. I don't disagree with that. It could. Arguably, it's going to go higher from what it is now. Your version and my version of higher, honestly, is just our version. And so for me, could we go to 6? Absolutely. That would be 100% move from where we're at right now. Actually, a little bit more. 100%. Yeah. If we went to the 15, that's another 400x. And I would actually like to just say this as nicely, but as firm as I can. For those that started accumulating in this range here, even if you bought right here at the cases over first round at $1 and change, we literally just had arguably a 5 to 6x move. 500 to 600% move. Try to show a little gratitude of what you have. Try to show a little gratitude. Dude, let go of the frustration. You literally just went 600%. 600%. And yes, we could go more. Okay, yes, we're getting closer to your dreams becoming a reality because you have the liquidity to go do good things that you want to go do in this wonderful earth that we have, that we're trying to make better. But dude, you just got 5 or 600x on your price appreciation for your assets, and it's looking very healthy for building structure. This is looking good, Billy Ray.
I still wouldn't be able to touch on. We got about
Yeah, do it. I
15 minutes left or so.
Can we just go over tonight? I'm just
No,
kidding. I'm
we
sick. I'm
cannot
sick.
go
I can't
over.
do it. I can't.
But
I
I
can't do it.
would love everybody to join us in the after space to continue this conversation. Yeah, I love that. I can't wait to look back at it so I can zoom in and really look at the screen with what you're showing, because I do.
Atlantic Living. I bought at the top two. I did.
Right.
I totally did.
And here's the deal. Like, I mean, I bought it 50 cents. I bought it $1.
Yeah.
I bought it $2. I bought it $3. Right. I mean, so for those of you that are coming in, we're talking specifically about XRP, but it's the same thing with Bitcoin. Like, I remember buying into Bitcoin, and it was, like in the 40s, 38, 40,000. And then boom, it went up to like 70 something thousand and 80,000. And, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and whatever. And then what did it do? It went right back down, And so like that is what happens in this crypto space. And you just have to realize that, we're in that testing spot. Hey, Darla, $3 is still a good price. Watch. Yes, I agree with you. And here's what I wanted to touch on, and don't have much time to really talk about it. But so I've been thinking, and I've known about this for several years. Like I first learned about I Trust Capital back, I don't know, 2021 or 2022 or so. They were at a Bitcoin conference, and they at the time they didn't offer XRP yet. They were just on the verge of maybe they were going to, but they had Bitcoin and they had some other coins that they offered in their IRAs. And now a lot of people so in the crypto world, it's all about being sovereign, not your keys, not your crypto, hold your own. Of course, we always say you want to have the real asset. Like, everyone's excited about the ETFs coming out. But those of you with the eyes to see that have been in this for a while, this is your opportunity to buy the real thing, not an interest in. And so these ETFs are really something that's going to help bridge some of those people over that are a little scared to dip their toes, that already have things invested in 401ks and IRAs and that sort of thing, where they can start to diversify their assets thereof, so that they're still maybe not going to move the market so much and be also crazy, right? This does open it up to a wider audience of folks when it comes to dipping their toes into the cryptocurrency. However, if you've come across this show and there's 225 of you watching, you have the opportunity of buying the real asset. And I got to thinking, knowing what I know about taxes, I've always been an advocate for Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks, particularly for the young people, right? Because the difference between traditional 401k or IRA or a traditional or a Roth 401k or IRA is you're contributing after tax into a Roth. And so therefore your money grows tax-free for the time that it's in this qualified plan. The custodians that hold these IRAs, Roth qualified plans, they have to, it has to be according to the rules and regulations. It's legit. It's not easy. It's not, a company can't just start up and decide they're going to start offering Roth, right?
Dang it. I was about to go get ChatGPT to make me one.
There's a lot to it, right? Okay. But here's the deal. I highly encourage any of you that have either already an existing IRA, self-directed Roth IRA, to consider transferring some of that or all of it, some of it, not financial advice, but consider looking into an account with, I personally think iTrust Capital is the best out of all the ones that I've been researching. That is the one that gets the highest marks from in my book. I know there's some that are just for Bitcoin. I think Fidelity has one as well. But iTrust Capital seems pretty easy. I think there's a minimum of $1,000 investment initially, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's like a 1% fee to if you're trading or whatever. But if you're
Whoa, what do you mean? Can you that
like,
relates with when you're trading? What do you mean 1% fee? Is that like a one and done and I get it for the year, or is that per trade?
it's per trade. So like if you're going to be inside of the self-directed, and most of these self-directed funds are like that, where you can actually go in and make the trades. It's kind of like that too in your 401k. You just don't really realize that you're getting charged fees every time
Yes,
you
I do.
decide
My
you want to go.
401k doesn't
Yeah.
move.
Okay. So here's the deal. If you have I'm looking at it in a very narrow light at this point. Okay. So I don't have time to talk about like all of the fees and all of this stuff. But here's what I'm saying. If these assets are going to go up like I think they are, like I hope they will, okay, my hopes and dreams and whatnot. All right. A Roth IRA, a self-directed Roth IRA, there is a limit every year of $7,000 for 2025, $8,000 if you're, I think, over 50. You can do a catch up of 8,000. We're at the end of September here, so you got a couple months to open up or contribute to a Roth IRA in 2025, and then you can turn around and do it again in 2026, right? Right now at $3, you're going to put about, what is it, 26.66 or something like this at $3. It's for XRP, particularly XRP is what I'm talking about. Of real XRP in a Roth IRA. Okay. Here's the deal. Yes, you can hold that in your own wallet. You can. When it goes up to $10, $20, $30, okay, do the math. If you were ever to cash any of that money out, you're going to have a capital gains tax on it. If it's in a IRA, a Roth IRA, that money is going to grow tax-free, which means right now, if you put it in when XRP is at $3, I wish I would have done it when it was at 50 cents, but I was still dipping my toe and making my, my assessment on whether I should do it or not.
Right.
And I wish, and whether I should cash out, because see, for me, here's the catch. And this is where what you just did was really important for me to see, the consolidation period, because my biggest fear right now, and I hate to use the word fear, but it is what it is. I run the risk. There's that setup time. Okay. So you got to move. You got to be real strategic on how you're going to do this if you choose to do it. If you already have a Roth IRA, you could just do a direct rollover. Easy peasy. No big deal. You open up an account at iTrust Capital. You do a withdrawal transfer from your existing, and you give them the information, and boom, the money goes in there. You direct it to do XRP, and you're done. Or they have other coins too. It's not just XRP. I'm talking about XRP right now. But for me, in order for me to get the $8,000 that I need, I have to cash out my XRP, get the cash, which is going to be a taxable event for me because I bought it at 50 cents or $1 or whatever my average in this bulk that I'm going to buy it from. There's going to be a taxable event. Okay. To me, paying the tax on a $6,000 gain, whatever it may be, is less tax than if I wait and just hold it all and then say when it jumps up and my 25 or 2600 XRP, say it goes up to $30 and I want to cash it out. Not saying that I would, and I'm just saying run the numbers. That is all taxable then. Okay. I could put it in my Roth IRA, and no matter what price it goes to, it can go to $100. It can go to $1,000, like people are saying. And that'll be like, a couple million.
You have to do cash. You can't send over.
You cannot. Why? And why is this? This is how you know it's legit. Because it's a qualified plan. This is they don't take crypto to crypto. They start out with cash, because when you take out from your IRA, when you cash out, you're going to cash out in fiat. So basically it's kind of like a long-term strategy. You wouldn't put all of your crypto in there, right? I'm saying if we really think in 10 years, this is, by the time I retire 10, 15 years from now, it's going to be $1,000 a coin, which is in my hopeful mind is very possible, right? 2,500 XRP at $100 is a lot of money. At $1,000, it's a fortune. Okay. Then you just take a little bit of money and to live off of. You're not taking all of it. You're just taking a little bit. You ain't paying tax on none of it, is what I'm saying. And right now, while XRP is at $3 or any of these assets, you have to look at iTrust Capital, see all the ones that they actually offer, and they offer quite a diverse array of tokens within there. It's just another possibility. Now, if you're not into doing it, and this is why what you were just talking about, the consolidation phase, I'm starting to feel an urgency, because I do think that we're going to go up. So I feel like I'm a little late. I should have been doing this and thinking about this a couple months ago, even, where we were still kind of in this even keel way where it's going up a little bit, whatever, hey, if I cash out and it takes a couple of days for them to accept my money, because let's face it, when you're setting up a new account somewhere, there's business days, you're dealing with somebody else, setting your account up, receiving the funds, yada, 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 all that stuff. So it could take a week, right? Well, you want to be doing this when it's in a consolidation phase, so that, you don't want to sell out and then, oh shit, the price just went up and now I'm trying to put my $8,000 in and I'm actually putting less tokens in than I could be, right? So there's some strategy to it.
There is, but you got to really know that you are in a consolidation period.
Right.
Like that's honestly, that's tough. And nobody knows when we're going to come out.
Nobody knows.
Nobody. Right. I mean, we can speculate, and there's some really good speculators out there.
Yeah.
They're called technical analysis guys, plus fundamentals and other things. Right. Melissa, real quick. I want to go back to the 1%, because
yeah.
So that's 1% per trade. Is that the full transaction of the trade, or is that 1% of the profit on the trade?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I just know the
cool.
fee. It's the fee of transacting trading. So
I was sitting
here
like,
well, I'm not exactly sure. To be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure. Okay. You guys are going to have to do research on that. If I had more time, I would look it up.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm deal on it. But all I'm saying is, all of that, yeah. If you're going to get in there and you're intending on moving this and doing that and whatever, they don't charge you to hold your money in there. There's no fee on that.
They don't charge you to hold.
There's no custodian fee. It's when you're moving. It's when you're moving and you're changing. So, like, say you went in there and you bought in and you did Bitcoin, and then you're like, I think I should change it into XRP. They're gonna charge you a fee to do that, right? That makes sense. It's gonna happen. But if you just do like what I'm saying, like me personally,
All you're
I'm
doing is
opening.
holding it somewhat. You're just holding for price
I'm
appreciation,
just holding
and
for
then you're going
price
to sell, and
appreciation.
you're just not going to get taxed like you
I,
would if
well,
you
I'm
held it
not
in the
even.
personal.
Yeah. So all my plan would be with this whole thing, my strategy, and I just haven't decided. Somebody else was mentioning, uh, and this is another play that I've had to do in the past. Yeah. So Tony's saying, can you put XRP in I Trust Capital? You can only pull out cash. You cannot withdraw your XRP. They keep it. Yes, that's correct. It is. You're going to be cashing it out. It's the appreciation of the money. It's growing in there tax free. You're pulling out the cash. That's exactly. What time do you guys have over there? I'm here in Melbourne. It's 11:45. It's 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, Peter.
And it's only 6:50 p.m. here on the West Coast. West Side.
Yes, you get charged if you when swapping coins. It is regarded as a tax event. Yes. So I guess what I'm saying is you're just putting some coins away for safekeeping for your future that you're going to use when you retire. Okay. We need to have money when we retire or whatever for cash. I'm just saying it ain't for everybody. People have different views on what they're going to do. I'm just saying 2,500 coins now in 10, 15 years could be worth a fortune in a Roth IRA, which will absolutely be tax free. And so when you're at retirement and you want to pull out 50 grand a year to live off of, or however much money you need, maybe it's more, maybe it's less or whatever, there's no tax on that. You don't have to worry about paying the tax on it. That's all I'm trying to say. It's just it's just a play. The other thing I want to say that is very important for people, if you are thinking about investing into a Roth IRA, there's income limitations on it. And so right now, if you're poor like I am, I clearly am under the $150,000 threshold, $165,000 threshold to be able to contribute. So if you earn less than 150,000, you could put in the maximum. If you earn between 150 and 165,000, there's like lower limitations to what you contribute to a Roth IRA. Well, if these assets go up and you get all silly Sally, like some people are like, I'm going to sell when it's $10. I'm going to sell when it's $50, right? You could actually put yourself in a tax bracket because of that capital gains, because it's going to be part of your adjusted gross income and modified adjusted gross income. It's going to push you above the level for you to even be able to do that, to even contribute to a Roth IRA. So all I'm saying is, if you're under that income limitation right now, 150,000, even if you put 500 coins in and you're a young person, right? Even if it, like, whatever the minimum to start an I Trust Capital account, to start it for the first year, and you can only afford to do that, and then maybe the next year you can only put $500 in it, whatever. It don't matter until this stuff rips. Put as much in there, in my opinion, not financial advice, that you can, and just forget about it. And then, maybe like split it up. You're putting, you're contributing $100 here for your own, bag that you're going to have in cold storage forever. And, you've got so much in the one that you're putting into your Roth IRA. I'm just saying it is a play that I think a lot of people are not even thinking about. It's not on their radar. It was on my radar, but I got sidetracked thinking about other things. And when I actually had a moment to sit and think, I thought to myself, Melissa, you've been waiting for this magic moment where you're going to have the money and you're going to be able to do this, and you're going to be able to do that. When if I would have just been using my noodle, I would have just opened one without even thinking about cashing any of my XRP out anyway. I would have just opened one myself. And instead of buying, like I've been dollar cost averaging, I could have just been feeding the IRA for the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? and growing a little bag there, and then I would have it diversified with the different plays. Okay, that's all. I'm just trying to get people to think outside the box, because
so I'm gonna throw something in here. You're still trapped in a Roth. Yes, you are. You're trapped by most of these qualified plans, and that's in regard to time. You have to be a certain age before you can do certain things in order to. So you can just pull your money out anytime you want. Roth IRA, 6 months. I sell, no tax.
Yep. There is a limit. So I think I don't remember how many years it is that you have to have it in there. But after age 55, I think it is, or something.
There it is.
Then you're not. It don't matter though. I mean, to me, like, yes, I get where you're going with it. I'm just saying.
I'm only throwing that in there. With all the good, there's always at least one bad.
There's always one bad.
That might be just something to consider. That's all.
So yes, and here's the thing: you got to ask questions. You gotta ask all the questions. Be careful; it might be high school before you blink. Oh, no, dang it! We're gonna be. Oh, we gotta go.
No, you got it. Like, you got 3 minutes. Run.
Well, because I always keep forgetting about our end song, so like I gotta end in like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So what I want to say is, yes, there are those factors involved. All I'm saying is that for people that are not comfortable in self-custody, people that don't have the money to set up a trust yet, or they don't fully understand it, and all of these types of things, this is a play who are very much more comfortable with the traditional 401k style of thing. Because believe me, I'm pissed. I can't touch my 401k money. But a self-directed IRA, Roth IRA, is a little bit different than your employer's 401k, or where they're telling you that you can't take it out. Okay. So you have to understand what you're signing up for. Ask all of the questions. I'm so passionate about this, Simon, that I'm considering like being a rep or something, because I know enough about this kind of stuff that I think that if I was trained, I could really explain it in a better way than I'm doing right now. Because I do think it is a play. Penalty for early withdrawal only if it's very quick. Once you put it in, Lizard King, borrow from the 401k. That is the only way that I've gotten any of my money out. And yes, I've done that. And people have called me crazy, but I would not have been able to do what I've done without doing it. It's the only way that I could get a hold of my money. And so I am considering doing that in lieu of cashing out and just taking the 8,000 and just do what I did and get fired. Well, yeah, I could do that as well. I can do that as well. You guys, I hope that you come to the after chat on X and continue the conversation. Let me post the link in here. It's also in the description of the show on YouTube, because I actually was on top of it this time. But I did just put the link to the after space on YouTube, or on X, and that starts at 10:10 in about 10 minutes or so. Anyway, guys, it's been a fantastic show. 258 of you. We love you. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you come back next week, because it's going to be a great show. And we love you all, and we will see you on the flip side.
Deuces.